that thing over.
Hey, we live. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Hey, yeah, yeah.
Stay shining.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. We chilling, man. We chilling. What it do? What it do? Your man Wildcard Mar in the building. 13 Faye Productions. King Mel in the building. Mike T in the building. My man Pound in the building, man. We here. We here. What's good, fellas? What's good? How we doing?
Yeah.
yeah, happy to be here, dog.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, man. Hey, impromptu little joint that we got going on right here, but it's all good. Hey, man, we gonna talk NFL draft. We gonna recap. All right. So, let's just get the elephant out the room. All right.
No, not yet. Don't do that yet. Don't do that yet.
Hold on. No, the elephant out the room. I'm talking about. Them quarterbacks in New Orleans. They look good, bro. They drafted hella crazy, bro. No, man, I'm tripping, man.
I'm about to say, bro, not yet.
No, but I do want to. Hey, so where you want to start, big dog?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's just start talking about the draft. Let's just start talking about the draft. What we think people did. Let's talk about, night one. Let's just go through the draft. I want more people to see me crash out, as the young kids say.
You crazy. Hey, all right, so look. Shout out Cam Ward. First overall pick 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, shout out Cam Ward, baby.
Hey, baby. That's my team.
That's my team too.
Hey,
yeah.
So with him going first overall, I think that was a no-brainer. Shout out to our man Jay Jones, Jay Jiggy. You got your quarterback, baby. About time.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, there's still a lot left that needs to get fixed with the,
yeah, definitely.
Well, they drafted like 18 quarterbacks in the last 5 years.
Now, I thought they said Cleveland did, 40? I think 40 quarterbacks?
That's what I'm trying to tell.
Joe, that's crazy.
I can't wait. Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Like
What the young kids
crazy.
say, the YNs, they talk about crashing out. Oh, I cannot wait.
That's crazy, man. Cleveland need to revamp their whole team, change the name, change the state, just do everything. Man.
Nah, don't change the name. The name is exactly what it need to be.
Exactly what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Now for real. It's funny that you guys bring that up. Well, no, we'll talk. We'll go a little bit more in depth about that in just a second. So obviously, Cam Moore goes number 1 overall. Big shouts out to him. All right, shout out to Cam Moore. Travis Hunter, Jaguars, Browns make the trade. All right. Now, when that happened, what's your first thought? Pound, talk to the people, man. What's your first thought?
Well, when the trade happened,
yeah, man.
I actually thought they was gonna get a quarterback. Actually. When they made that trade, because usually when people move up like that, they're gonna grab a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But see, this year the quarterbacks really wasn't that heavy though. If you look at it, quarterbacks wasn't really heavy as normal years. Normal years it'd be about 6, 7 quarterbacks that can go in the top 5 or 10. This year it wasn't like that though. It's probably about 2 or 3 that could have went in the first top 10, but when they did it and they got him, I was like, "Damn, okay, yeah, let's see what they do with him though." That's the question.
Mel, you think that's a dope spot for Travis to be in Duval? That's the right spot for him?
All I could say is congratulations. Just know whenever y'all get them stops on defense. And then Trevor Lawrence go back out there and throw a pick out there. Just know you got to be ready. Just got to get ready. Matter of fact, you might have to do like what you did in college. Might have to play both ends of the field, brother.
I kind of like Trevor though.
Oh, Trevor ain't bad. It's just when you get to them tough situations, that decision making.
I'll pass on Trevor Lawrence. I'm good. That man, that man got more turnovers than a Jewish household, bro. I'm good.
Damn.
I'm just saying, bro. And I call a spade a spade. So Travis Hunter goes number 2. Mike T, you like that? Him going to Duval?
I like him going to wherever that's going to play him both ways. Pause.
True.
That's what he wanted. He proved that he can do it on the college level. At first he did it in the HBCU, and nobody thought that they was like, oh, he just did it on the HBCU. Then he did it in the Pac-12, and then he did it in the Big 12. Y'all know how I feel about Travis. I've been a fan of his since he first came when he was in Jackson State. I've been a fan of his for the past 3 years, actually 4 years, and I just love what he's doing. I just love, how he balls, man. I mean, we're gonna see something we never thought we've ever seen in our lifetimes with Travis Hunter. So I think it's dope.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this though. Is he lighting ass?
What?
Nah.
What, Trev?
He seems small to me though. He seems small. I mean, I've never seen him like in person or nothing like that, but it just watching him, it just seemed to go across the middle or something like that, man. When they lay that wood, man, they gonna lay that wood.
Yeah. OG, what's up?
So
OG?
when he got to Jackson State, he was pretty small. I would say that when he got to Jackson State, he got bigger throughout.
Throughout his career between Jackson State
collegiate career, which was.
I think he should play defense. Honestly, I think he should play defense, but we'll see.
He was smaller at Jackson State.
Me personally, I look at the pay scale of wide receivers in the NFL and look at the pay scale of a cornerback. If I was Travis Hunter, I'm going wide receiver, baby, because that's what a dollar is.
Yeah, for the money, yeah.
Dollars is at. That's what a dollars is at. I mean, that's just me personally, but Jacksonville is cool. But no, in any surprises outside the elephant in the room, round 1 that didn't get picked. Anybody want to jump in there?
Surprises? I don't really know any surprises, to be honest.
Anybody you thought anybody would got you like, oh man, they reached for that guy. I will say this. I'm gonna say this about my team.
Some surprises.
I think Philly didn't Philly trade up and
yeah, with us in Kansas City, but it's literally one spot.
I know that's almost like one spot to get a defensive lineman, right?
Yeah, I got a linebacker. I thought
that was a linebacker. Okay.
I thought that was kind of odd.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But you know what? I think the Jedi mind trick worked because I think the Chiefs probably would have went like wide receiver, running back, and then Philly went, nah, man, let's trade. And then they went a defensive guy for like another pass rush and said, hey, remember what we did to you guys in February? Sure you want to get a wide receiver? You sure you want to get a running back? You sure you don't want to get that? And then I think they baited him into getting an offensive tackle, which a guy just had a patella tendon injury in October, which is crazy that you drafted him at 32 with a patella tendon injury in October. I thought that was kind of odd. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
What do I know?
But they're looking more long term though. If anything.
Hey, that's fine, but I thought that the Chiefs did. They did solid overall draft. Hey, Mel, you're a Packers fan, man. Y'all went wide receiver crazy like a mother get the draft.
Did they ever?
Y'all ain't got enough wide receivers, man. What's up?
No, you see, it's a bait. If we take all the wide receivers, somebody gonna have to make a trade somewhere, right?
That's kind of like some fantasy draft stuff, man.
I'm not upset because I've been saying it all year. We need like a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like core for Jordan Love.
Yeah,
we can actually grow and build with. So I've been saying that all year. But at the same time, I didn't think they was gonna go this crazy.
I went crazy on the wide receiver.
My man said, we get a wide receiver, we get a wide receiver, we get a wide receiver.
It was like Oprah giving out cars.
OG, what team you thought killed the draft, man?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of the draft, but I've been I got my Washington Spirit shirt on. I was out working at the game today with as Coach Strip says, Ab Diggity. So we were working the soccer game today, selling merchandise. I've been doing photos, senior nights. I mean,
I got you.
It don't sleep, you know what I'm saying? So, got a chance to see the draft. The Sanders thing was kind of perplexing. That I think you guys probably already talked about that.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm like, whoa. As a Commanders fan, Redskin fan, whatever you want to call them, team fan, I think it was a solid draft. I think there's a lot of pieces in place. I'd like to see him still address the defense a little bit more, but I have a feeling Peters isn't done. Maybe you see a trade or something. Kind of hard to trade after the draft, but we'll see what happens. So, but and I always watch my Buckeyes go, and they went all over the place. So, so you're gonna see a lot more highly skilled Buckeyes, man. Abuka is gonna be just in that same mold as the wide receivers as you see. I mean, you think back like the wide receivers they had a couple years ago with Jackson, and Jigba Smith. You had the guy whatchamacallit over at the Jets now. McLaurin. I mean, the guys they've had come through there, wide receiver. I mean, just ridiculous talent. So,
yeah. You can. I think you can make a case for Ohio State making their case for a wide receiver. So, yeah. No.
Oh, they always get wide receivers.
No, just every year, and then you got Tate this year. You're going to have like another ridiculous class of wide receivers this year. A couple guys coming out. So,
no doubt. Who's your squad, pal?
Oh, the Redskins all day.
Okay, you felt they did all right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hey, as long as you address the offensive line, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I think the kid from Ole Miss, the cornerback, is going to be sneaky good. And you think how Mikey did from Michigan, and how and having hopefully a healthy Lattimore. Like I said, hopefully if he's healthy, like I said, and Sanchez still builds on his first year, and that dude's a gamer. Like I said, I think the Ole Miss guy, he can work into it. Like I said, I think they're nice there. It'll be interesting. I mean, they've signed some guys, so yeah, we'll see how it is. I think they keep adding good pieces, so
Mike, we losing you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what's going on with my internet today. Something tripping.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. But nah, man, crazy draft for everybody. Well, Mike's an Eagles fan. I was telling the story how y'all Jedi mind tricked us to get more pass protection instead of getting the wide receiver.
Best franchise in the league, man.
Oh Lord,
best franchise in the league.
Wow.
No, first of all, his loyalty can be bought. All right.
No, it's not bought. It's won. It's won.
That is true.
Took y'all what, 60 years to get a Super Bowl? Come on, man.
No. You gotta understand something, OG.
OG. His literally won. Like he just became a fan of the Eagles in February because they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
okay. I
can give you a little quick. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of the Washington team until 2016. And then your boy, Freaky Dan, he got too cocky. And he said he wasn't going to change the name. But at the same time, Philando Castile had just been killed. So I went protesting. The first time I ever went protesting in my life, I went protesting down in D.C. And I saw one of my students down D.C. So then the next day was like preseason, something like that for the Redskins. And I wore all my Redskins gear. I wore my Sean Taylor jersey. I wore my hat, wore everything. The same girl that I saw down there protesting, she came in and she was like, "Oh, how can you wear this? My people have suffered." And I took it off, and I ain't been a fan since. I said that one of the reasons why I stopped with football was because of that. And I was like, they gotta change the name, bro. If they change the name, then I'll come back. But for a minute, I wasn't really rocking with them.
I feel you on that.
You're like, nah, bump that.
I feel you on that. All we had to do is get rid of the owner, though. That's it.
Well, welcome back. There you go. Sorry.
Nah, I feel you. So, I mean, so crazy draft for everybody's team, man. I think everybody's team, Washington, Green Bay, Kansas City. I think they are all drafted needs, obviously, and I think they kind of follow because all of our teams are not too far off for really competing for championships. Obviously, Kansas City went to the Super Bowl, Washington went to the championship, Green Bay now they're second and third consecutive playoff run. So all three of our teams aren't too far off, and I think they all get it wonderful.
And what do all those teams have in common? They got a quarterback. So
yeah. Oh man, Ron, it's like you've done this before, like a segue, bro. It's crazy.
It's like you've done this before. I don't know, man. Someday TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you've done this before. But I'm just gonna play this clip, y'all, and hey man, we're gonna have some conversations. All right, we're gonna have some conversations. And I pulled this from my man's page.
Not that many teams that really met with him and went deep into the process because there are only so many teams that were in the quarterback market. My free advice to take it or leave it. My free advice is someone who's scouted the NFL and has been in these rooms. If I was advising Shedeur, I wouldn't do it on social media. I would pick up a phone. I would get the numbers of some of the general managers of teams that you met with, and I would call them and say, please understand, I'm coming. There's no cameras coming with me. Social media is not going to be a big part of it. Anything you might ever be concerned about. I am a football player. I love this game. I put time into it. It's incredibly important to me. I just beg of you to give me the opportunity. I'm not going to come in there. I'm not going to come in there and ruffle any feathers. I'm going to come in there and work. And I'm going to earn my job, whether that's as a number 3 quarterback, the number 2 quarterback, and I'm eventually, hopefully, going to earn your trust and get an opportunity to play on the field. But this doesn't need to play out on social media. It doesn't need to play out in interviews. To me, I would be reaching out directly to those teams if that was someone I was giving advice.
I like where you're going with that. The one thing that just keeps coming back to me, though, is this is a league built on all of that now. Hard.
Yeah. I just wanted to play that clip because I think the media whole draft has been crazy, bro. First things first, and then I'll open it up to you guys on the floor. First things first, if anybody's mad at Shedeur, don't be mad at Shedeur. Shedeur doesn't run ESPN. Shedeur doesn't run FS1. Shedeur doesn't run NFL Network. Shedeur doesn't run any of these networks. If you don't like the coverage that's going on, talk to the media outlets. That young man did nothing, bro. All he did was wanted to show up and get drafted. His dream. That's all he did. So if you don't like the coverage that NFL, ESPN, and all that people did, talk to them. Go jump in their emails. Go jump in their box. Go DM them. If you didn't like the coverage, go talk to them. But throwing unnecessary shade for your ass can't even fathom being in that young man's position. But we got so much hate getting thrown at that man. Y'all need to chill. It's weird. It's weird. The coverage is weird. A grown man just told him to beg. I ain't never heard that on no draft coverage before, bro. You telling that man to go beg for please, sir? Please. What? You told that man to beg? First of
that's
all,
crazy.
Look, if we're talking about actual football, actual football, this is not based off of football, bro. And I'll let y'all have it, and then I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this one more again. I played that one for you, and then I'm gonna play this for you too. Hey, you know it's bad when Skip Bayless goes to the back. Never mind. Hey, look.
No, play it again, please.
A stand with all the changes that we are seeing in the climate of college football. These kids, they have a lot of power, and especially a kid like Shedeur, whose father happens to be Deion Primetime Sanders. Kids hold all of the control and all the power when it comes to college football. Whenever that starts to transcend and work its way and leak and creep into the NFL, that's when the owners are going to put their foot down. That's when the league is going to put its foot down and say enough is enough. And I think this is the perfect example of it. And unfortunately, it does have to be Shedeur. we can sit here and talk about how great he is as a quarterback, how accurate he is, how he stands in the pocket and delivers the football under pressure. He does a lot of things well. But at the end of the day, this is not about Shedur's play. This is about the fact that he is the most polarizing, the brightest example of what college football is becoming. And he is going to suffer because of it. He is suffering because of it, because the NFL is looking at him like he's our prime suspect of somebody we can make an example out of and send a message. And that is exactly what the NFL is doing.
I will also.
All right, I'm gonna open up the floor, fellas. Pound, talk to the people, man.
I don't really think the NFL would look at it like that, to be honest. I'm looking at it like this. One, it wasn't a lot of teams that needed quarterbacks.
True, I agree with that.
It wasn't a lot of teams that needed quarterbacks, first of all. And for me, the only thing that I have against Shedeur is that this dude just dismissed everything. He didn't go to no combine. He didn't go to no pro days. He didn't do none of that. Now, if you know your game or your stock is iffy, why not go to these places and show what you got to boost it up?
Well,
that's what a lot of quarterbacks do.
Well, to be fair, Pound, he did do a pro day. He didn't show up to the combine. He didn't do the combine.
No, he only did a pro day for Colorado. He didn't do it for the teams.
Yeah.
He didn't do it for the teams.
Yes, he did. He did have individual workouts. Yes, he did.
Not, but that's dang what I was sure he didn't have individual work. The only thing he went to the Giants for an interview and lunch and shit like that.
I can't wait till it's my turn. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say because if you try to sell yourself, you gotta sell yourself. Don't just sit back and be like, okay, yeah, I know I'm good, and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let it fly. You listen. You're not. For example, Peyton Manning, when he came out, this dude was Heisman.
He was shooting.
He broke records. I guarantee he didn't even have to interview because he killed. He didn't even have to interview.
He
probably did, but he didn't have to interview. But he murdered the league, and that's why he just sat back. But if you are like that, then you ain't gotta do nothing. But if everybody else, yes, you gotta work to get your stock up. That's the only thing I have against him. But everything else, I mean, the Cleveland, what they did was they just got him for cheap.
Yeah, they did.
Because they felt like that he wasn't worth. And a lot of teams thought he wasn't worth what the first 10 get? The first 10 get 10 million or something like that. They figured he wasn't worth it, so they waited until it was cheaper to get him. I mean, Brady did it, Rodgers did it, Russell Wilson did it.
It's crazy what the rookies are making in the NFL. I mean, obviously the structure there and the salary, the money's coming in, all that stuff. But it's like, it's crazy what the rookies are making. And like, rarely do you have an example of like what you had last year, like in Washington, like a first year guy has that kind of impact. Don't get me wrong, first year guys are good, but they're normally going to bad teams.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, and Daniels made a team better, but the Commanders this franchise has always been, dude, 7-9, 8-8, not whatever, however, 16 games, 17 games, they've always been a 500 team.
Yeah.
He got him a few extra wins, and then they kind of got going in the playoffs. I think they had a favorable matchup against Detroit, but normally you don't see the rookies making that big of an impact. Like you said, I mean, I'm a big hockey guy. I know Coach Tripp knows that, and it's like their rookie salary in hockey. Obviously, the money's not the same and all that stuff, but
even close.
But the rookie salary, like I said, is a set flat. I think they make it's an entry level contract, and it's a 3-year deal, and it's the same for everybody. There's no, I mean, you can have like a kid come out and be the best player in the league and just spectacular at 19. It doesn't matter. They're not getting paid $10 million. They're going out there and having to earn that big contract in the league. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy what some of these rookie deals are, not just in football, but the other sports. In baseball, it takes years to get a guy there. You know, rarely do you have a guy coming out. And basketball, I think guys are coming out too early. So sorry to kind of deviate from what we're saying, but like I said, I just think it's crazy what the rookies are making. Like top 10 pick is guaranteed this, like 11 to 15 is guaranteed. I'm like,
well, and
earn it.
And I, to be honest, I think that kind of speaks to a small part of the bigger picture that's dealing with Shador. Obviously, it makes it hard to prove collusion, but the fact that he literally kept falling back, that makes a difference on the pay scale of what Shador is. So I think that's a factor of that needs to get probably investigated a little bit. But Mel, jump in here, man. Where you at, man? I kind of played these couple of clips so everybody can start formulating how the media's kind of been talking about Shador.
I got you. I don't like that it was a grown man telling a kid to beg for a job. A grown man,
that's crazy.
A kid to get on your knees, beg for that job, and ask for forgiveness for something you ain't do nothing wrong. You just want to play football.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's a lot of teams, especially on the East Coast where I'm at, New York. They could have used the quarterback with his caliber of skills. Or even, let's just put it like this. If I'm not mistaken, the Giants got Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And they drafted another quarterback.
Yeah, they drafted
another quarterback that's worse than him.
Was it the Old Miss quarterback, I think, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That's worse than him.
And I saw him play a couple games. He was okay, but it's like he's a pocket passer. He's a different quarterback than Sanders, and it's like it's the draft. It's all. I mean, people were high on, and maybe people were high on Johnny Manziel, and you see how that turned out. And it doesn't matter who it is, but he was successful at college. Yeah. And the college game ain't the pro. I'm sorry. You see a guy like Will Howard from Ohio State. Sorry to go back to my Buckeyes. He's 6th round. He came from K-State, jumped in 1 year at Ohio State with like talent around him. Yeah. But had to go through Tennessee, Texas, Oregon, and Notre Dame and win a national title. And he went 6th round. He went after Sanders. And I think he played much tougher competition this year. He had to play Oregon twice. Once in Oregon and lost by what, like a couple points? I mean, that's a guy who showed he could like run a pro style offense, what Ohio State runs, and he went in the 6th round. But he's not as polarizing as Sanders because obviously, with his dad and obviously his career and what comes with that. So I think it's a big thing to look at. Is like there's pretty good quarterbacks that went afterwards. Is he a similar player to Sanders? No, Sanders is I think a little bit more mobile. Howard can run. He's bigger. Yeah. Probably arm strength is comparable, and he went around later, but nobody's talking about that because it's Sanders versus Howard, who came from K-State. So
exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at the end of the day, I saw a lot of college football from a lot of these quarterbacks. All right, me personally, there's no way I would. That far, if I really needed a quarterback, ain't no way from New Orleans I would have got a guy from Louisville. Ain't no way. I'm just saying, ain't just absolutely no way. Like if we're keeping it a buck about football, and I get it's a draft. You can choose who you think fits your scheme, but I got a guy in Shador that's ran a pro style offense all 4 years of his college career at Jackson State and Colorado with actual NFL coordinators that's had former NFL coaching experience. Go look at the staffs that he's been around, that Dion has assembled. They have so much NFL experience on those college staffs that he's had. Ran a college offense for 4 years. I get the different levels of competition between HBCU and in the Big 12 and Pac-12 the last couple of years at Colorado. I get that. Yeah. But still, the word in the NFL is if you got talent, you'll get found anywhere. It shouldn't matter where he went. Like the kid can play.
But he probably wanted a pocket quarterback. That's probably why they. I don't know.
But
I don't know.
My point is, the other teams that drafted a quarterback and they wanted a pocket passer, that's exactly what Shador is. He's not.
Yeah, he's not a scrambler. He's not like a Daniels or Lamar Jackson or something like that. He's not that type of player.
Not that much, but he does run though. But
we don't.
To me,
he's a scramble guy to make something out of nothing when it breaks down. I think that's some of the tape I saw. So
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
like I said, they're not doing like Colorado didn't run many runs with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like plus.
They didn't run it.
I don't think you had to. I mean, you can throw a screen past the hunter and he'll take off.
Yeah.
he ain't had no line, so he had to run.
No. His whole line was shaky. But he definitely had some wide receivers. He definitely had
Well,
some.
look, check this out. Even if I was Dallas, I would have picked him up and let him sit for a year or two behind that.
Hey, there's a lot of teams that could have used.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of teams that
Rodgers sat, Brady sat, Russell. I mean, I'm not sure Russell sat. I'm not sure. Mahomes sat.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Well, Russell didn't sit, right?
Hey, so
Okay.
Pound, there's a name you said there. You said Brady. Set. It's funny. Hey, Brady. I'm surprised Tom Brady, of all people, didn't draft him.
Yeah, true.
I'm just waiting for my turn, man.
All I'm saying is Tom Brady is the owner, part owner of the Raiders, and supposedly you helped mentor Shador. Why didn't you? Hey, Mike, come on, man.
That's a good question. Yeah.
You ready?
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
All right. Because I just listen to everybody. I ain't say nothing, man.
Come on, Mike.
I'm just gonna be blunt with it. Like, for my older people out there, the ones that I call OG, the ones that I love and I respect, I understand it sucks that you all have gone through your lives that dealt with racism, dealt with bigotry, and all that stuff. But y'all so old that y'all don't want to even deal with it no more. So stuff that smacks you in the face, you kind of ignore it because you've been through it and you don't want to deal with it anymore. Me, I just can't do it. I keep hearing people make excuses for why he wasn't drafted, and it's crazy to me that people are making excuses for why he's not drafted. And there's so many things out there that it's just crazy. All right, so first of all, the Giants didn't draft him, right? They drafted Jackson Dart, right? Cool. Now, before I go on my tangent, I want to say to all the kids that got drafted, quarterback, whatever.
Congrats.
Everybody that got drafted before Shador, congratulations to you. This is not towards you. The Giants let go of their running back, their Hall of Fame running back, and signed the quarterback, Daniel Jones, re-signed him to a big contract.
Yeah, we saw that didn't work.
That running back went on to go get a Super Bowl, and that quarterback got released halfway through the season. The Cleveland Browns that had 47 quarterbacks since they've been back in the NFL. Remember, they were taken from Cleveland and went to Baltimore.
Yep.
So they was out in the NFL for about a year or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell do y'all believe them for over Shador? How did they get the benefit of the doubt? Like, how do y'all say he can't play? He can't play. Teams are saying he can't play. Teams want to get him for cheap. How do y'all give those teams the benefit of the doubt? You know why? I'm sorry. I have to say it. It's the white man that runs the show. And some people just, whatever the white man say, y'all rolling with, bro.
Hey, that's their quarterback room, bro.
But look, we already know that the white man always going to run the show in the NFL.
You've been saying he ain't that good. He ain't that good.
No. I say he's good, but he ain't no top 10 good. I don't think he's top 10 good.
Okay, but Jackson Dart went top 10. Do you want to know?
I don't think he's top 10 good.
So we have to go with the facts. We can't.
But look at the team. But big dog, look at the team. You just argued your point. Look at the decisions that the Giants and Browns made. They suck like hell. They make bad decisions.
So why do we have to talk bad about Shador, but we don't say nothing about it? Until I brought that up, y'all didn't say nothing about. I listened to y'all talk the whole time. I've read all the comments of everybody that's my friend on Facebook. I had time today.
He said,
I
hey.
had time today. I read everything y'all said. Not one of y'all be blaming these organizations, but when stuff happens like this, never.
But they always have made bad decisions.
Nah, you're not hearing what I'm saying. The go-to was to blame the kid, not the organization.
I see what you're saying. But I'm not blaming the kid.
Hold on. Hear what I'm saying. It's always like that with us. It's always like that with us. That's why we don't get. That's why they don't respect us. Because when we start blaming the kid and start finger pointing at the kid, you know what they do? They go, see.
Oh no, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you like that.
When the Stephen A's and the black people that be going against, because this is 2016 again, bro.
Mm.
They Kaepernicked him, and the only reason why they had to give him the job because his dad knows where the bodies are buried.
Ooh. And Deion sure do know what it
Let's call it a spade. I hate that people try to ignore that because we've been through that so much in our lifetime. Nobody want to keep dealing with that, talking about that side of it. Cool.
Hey.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Did anybody know when NIL started? What year it started?
I want to say like 2 years ago, I think.
2021. What year was Shador's freshman year in college?
2021.
He's the first NIL baby.
Yes.
He's the face of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't think that people want to humble him?
That comes with power, bro.
But it's a couple other people. But he's not the only one.
What's up, baby?
Put that quarterback room up there again.
He's not the only one.
He make more money than everybody in that room except Deshaun Watson. No, he's the face of it. Is what I'm telling you.
He is. He's
the face of it.
No. Hey, Mike. I'm gonna play the clip again.
He's the face of it, bro. His dad. First of all, his dad was the one that told us when it was coming.
Yes, he told you when it was coming. Hey, I'm gonna play the clip again because what Mike is talking about is what's talked about right here.
And I think that this is the NFL starting to take a stand with all the changes that we are seeing in the climate of college football. These kids, they have a lot of power, and especially a kid like Shadur, whose father happens to be Deion Primetime Sanders. Kids hold all of the control and all the power when it comes to college football. Whenever that starts to transcend and work its way and leak and creep into the NFL, that's when the owners are going to put their foot down. That's when the league is going to put its foot down and say enough is enough. And I think this is the perfect example of it. And unfortunately, it does have to be Shadur. We can sit here and talk about how great he is as a quarterback, how accurate he is, how he stands in the pocket and delivers the football under pressure. He does a lot of things well. But at the end of the day, this is not about Shadur's play. This is about the fact that he is the most polarizing, the brightest example of what college football is becoming. And he is going to suffer because of it. He is suffering because of it, because the NFL is looking at him like he's our prime suspect of somebody we can make an example out of and send a message. And that is exactly what the NFL is doing.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this: Is he the first one graduating from a Neal deal? No one graduated last year.
He's not the first one to go pro, but he's
pro. That's what I'm saying.
He's the actual face of it. When 2021, when NIL finally got passed by all the courts and it was deemed legal and that they can stand the actual college students, it was literally probably hours later, Shador signed an NIL contract, a big one.
With Mercedes-Benz.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the face.
Okay. No. Hear me out. Okay. But last year, somebody had to graduate that was on a Neal deal, right?
Of course. Yes.
So why didn't they make an example? Well, why didn't they make an example then?
Because they didn't have power like he does. You gotta put it all together, Pound. His last name is Sanders. Who's his power?
I understand that, but I don't think he had that much power. To be honest,
what?
Man, you gotta.
I don't think he had that much power.
Let's be honest here.
I really don't think he had that much power, man.
You won't get the same impact punishing somebody that's not the number one person.
No, shit.
One person.
Shit. If last year. Who's it? I don't know if y'all remember because I don't. Who's the number one pick last year? I don't remember. Was it Jaden?
Yep.
No. No, Jay was 2. I came on the
It's the
fuck number
Bears
1 was.
quarterback. Bears
Oh,
quarterback.
Caleb
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you try to tell me that the number one pick of the draft, that everybody talking about all season, if they would have did the same thing to him and make him drop, it wouldn't have been the same. People wouldn't have been outraged.
We would have been outraged too. That's what we trying
You
to
would
tell
have
you.
okay. So if you would have, so you can't just. What I'm saying is, you can't just blame all that on Sanders. They're not doing it just for him.
OG.
They would have did it last year. Is what I'm saying to the number 1 pick.
No,
They would have
because he
done
wasn't
it.
the face of it, bruh.
No.
But listen, but he was a big name. He was a big name that they could have chopped down, made him go in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round.
Caleb Williams paints his nails, bro. Nobody following him. We have a real talk tonight. We have a real talk tonight.
No, we have a real.
We have a real talk tonight, bro. If you go to war, bro, the end game of the war is to cut off the leader.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, I agree with you on that, but I agree with you on that, but I still think if they would have chopped his head last year and made him drop down to like the 3rd, 4th round, it would have been an outrage then too.
Yes,
Yes.
It would have been outrage, but okay. So I think the bigger point is, and what Mike's really saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. When you have a snake, in order for it to die, you got to cut the head off. All right. And Shedeur Sanders is the head of the NIL image that they're trying to squash that transition from college to NFL. All right. And yes, Caleb Williams was a big name, but I'm sorry, I don't think he has that much pull like a Shedeur, because you have to add in the Sanders factor in all of this. That's
how much money Shedeur
Bro, I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying with that, but I'm just thinking they would. I just don't think they would have waited. You know what I'm saying? I think they would have been chopping heads from last year, or probably the year before. They would have been chopping heads.
Caleb,
if that's what the case.
Dion, they were not punishing Shedeur. They were punishing Dion.
Yeah.
Dion changed everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dion went to Colorado, fired his whole team. I mean, seriously.
Look at the transfer portal. Look at the transfer portal. Who do we hear about using the transfer portal? Dion, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not even the person that uses it the most.
Yep, that is true.
Dude, he cut his whole team, right? Was it practically the whole team his first year?
What I mean? See what I mean? How they just say that? No, he gave them an option. He gave them an option.
Okay, fair enough.
He told them, and see, let's just go with what you just said. Let's just say he cut the team, right?
He gave him mid option and he left. I mean, they left, right?
Hear me out. Let's go with your option.
Okay.
He went there and said, "All y'all suck. Y'all gotta go." They were 1-11.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? Why is he getting criticized for anything? Why are we even bringing that up?
I would have changed the team too.
Nick Saban went to Alabama. Here's the number. See, this is why when people talk to me about this type of stuff, they be forgetting. I work on a computer all day long. When I bring stuff up, I've researched it. Nick Saban, when he went to Alabama, had 75% of his team a new team. None of y'all knew that until I just said it.
The transfer portal's been abused. It went.
And it's we're talking about Colorado right now. We're not talking about Alabama, but yeah.
No.
Saban did that.
See how you just switched it?
That's fine.
Why can't we? Why can't we?
We can if you want. That's fine.
Why can't we? Why is it a problem when Dion do it, but when other people do it, it's not a problem?
We're talking why Sanders is polarizing, like Shedeur, and it's because of Dion. It's because of his past.
When you talked about his father, I haven't brought his father up not one time.
I just heard his father's name when I jumped back on.
Okay.
All right. I did.
Okay. So
I didn't say it.
Okay. Cool. Since you did say it.
I did after somebody. Yeah.
15 minutes ago, you did 15 minutes ago when you talked, and I let y'all talk. You definitely did.
Yeah, sorry. My boss was calling me for my other job. Sorry, I had to.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Somebody's dog's mad at us. That's
all I'm saying to you is I didn't bring Dion up. Everybody else is bring Dion up, and everybody else say stuff about Dion, and that's cool. When Arch Manning did it with Eli Manning, It wasn't a problem.
It was messed
Y'all gonna
up,
tell
in my opinion. It was
Y'all
messed
gonna
up.
tell me? Y'all gonna tell me Eli Manning was better than Shador in college?
Hell yeah.
Okay, you tripping. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said
Hey,
that.
Eli wasn't
Well,
bad.
here's the deal. But we
Eli
can
Eli
sit there.
wasn't bad in college.
But
Eli
we can
was
sit
a
there.
bum
We
in
can sit
college,
there.
bro.
But how
Eli
can
was not bad, dog.
Eli wasn't bad. But the thing
Eli
is I
wasn't
can't.
bad.
But here's the deal. We know what Eli became in New York, and he won Super Bowls. So we can sit there and say,
No, see, oh my God, bro.
No, I'm talking about college. I'm talking about college.
I know
I'm talking
that.
about. I'm talking about
But
college.
we don't know what Shooter's done in the pros. But I think there's a bias there, like to where we know what Eli did in the pros, and he turned out pretty good, right?
But Eli did, but Eli did good in college. But if you want to put, if you
But
hold on, if you want to do that, what about my man Urs? This dude,
Who?
this dude with Texas was killing. He was projected to be number one.
Oh,
He was
Ewers,
projected
yeah.
to be. He was projected to be number one. He's projected to win the Heisman. He was projected to win a national championship. He got hurt. This dude ain't even drafted.
No, he got drafted. He
did get drafted?
Yeah,
he got
fell
late, right?
It's about time.
Six
Damn.
or seven.
Eli
He should have
Manning.
been. He should have been drafted though.
Dude, the whole
He
thing
was
with Eli
projected to
Manning's
go
dad was
number
messed
one.
up. That was messed up back then, dude. That was ridiculous. The whole thing with John Elway was messed up. Him telling him where he wanted to go, not going to the Colts. All right, wasn't he the Colts, right?
Deion then. Why is it a problem when Deion do it?
Who says it's a problem?
And he can do whatever he wants. He does, right? Just like Manning did, just like freaking
Look, this
whatchamacallit
what you
did.
got to think of. Hey, Big Dog, this is what you got to think of.
I didn't watch him play.
No. Look at NFL. Look at NFL as a corporate job. Now, as a corporate job, when you go to a corporate job, you're gonna dress in a tux. I mean, not tux, a tie. You're gonna change your vocabulary when you go to the interview. Come on, man, you're not gonna go in there like really. You really gonna go to a corporate job and talk street.
Yes, I work at Montgomery College. Everyone knows I'm an office manager, and I wear joggers every single day. What are you talking
I said when you went to your interview, did you wear joggers? You wore a suit, right?
No, I wore sweatpants.
To your interview.
Yes, to my Montgomery College interview.
So let me all right. Everybody else,
and a polo shirt and blazers, bro. Come on, bro.
All right, so everybody else in here. Did you when y'all went to your interview? Did y'all dress up? Did y'all talk slang?
I did wear khaki pants and a polo, so I did.
Did you talk slang? No, you change your vocabulary according to what's going on. It's all about adapting to the situation. You can't go down. These NFL owners own these people, man. Just like the NBA. And I think last time I was on your show, I told y'all, dealing with Steve, and I've seen a lot. No, they own you. They paying you millions and millions of dollars to work. You can't do this. You can't ride a bicycle. You can't freaking jump. You can't ride a motorcycle. You can't ride. You can't go skydiving. No, they got restrictions because you are under contract for them, and they paying you all this money. So of course, I mean, if you don't like it, don't. Hey, you don't like it, don't get that job.
Okay, first you said he wasn't that good on the field, right? Now you said
no.
Oh, let me finish. I'm asking the question.
Go ahead.
Then you said something about the interview, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell you know what was said with the interview?
No, I don't know. But I'm going by what other people said.
I go back to my point.
What other people said about him.
Oh, right. So I go back to my point that I said about the Cleveland Browns, the Giants, and the other teams that passed on him, other than the Steelers. Saints. How did they get the benefit of the doubt? Cleveland Browns had 87 quarterbacks in my lifetime, bro.
They haven't been good ever. Well, a long time.
What you mean?
How do they? If they come out, if an anonymous source comes out and says he bombed his interview, you automatically say just now that he couldn't do that. How do you know that they're telling the truth and they have a track record of sucking?
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
No,
like I
that's a
said,
good
we
point.
don't. Yeah, you have a good point. We don't
Good
know
point.
what he said. We going by we going by what we're hearing,
Just
Right,
reports.
right?
Like, you know.
That's the but
That's
my
all we can do because none of us was there.
the point I'm missing is y'all always go at the kid first. It's never the organizations. We're
And those-
trained to not go at these people, bro.
It'll never be the organizations. I mean, they tried to take down Snyder for years here.
No, that's because you choose not to blame the organization. It has nothing to do with right now. We're on YouTube, we're live. So technically, we are media. What's coming out of y'all mouths, y'all have not blamed the organization. I brought that point up. We are trained in our minds as people to not even think about the organization.
I'm not gonna say that because I'm not gonna say that because I already told the NFL alone, dog. We already know the good old boys, dog. They have a club,
bro,
and everybody knows they have this club.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel, a white quarterback, went in there, told him he did coke.
And he dropped his ranking, right?
And he didn't last long either.
He dropped his ranking. He dropped his ranking.
Talking about what happened. He still got drafted first round. So if
he dropped though.
Hold on, let me finish. They put this is where that rumor came from. They put $100 bill in his playbook. And he didn't even notice it, and it was still there when he gave it back to them. He didn't even notice. He's admitted this.
Mm-hmm.
He still got drafted first round.
He never looked at it, right?
You're telling me that the same people that draft the cokehead, you're giving them the benefit of the doubt of what they tell us
about
the kid that's never shown us no signs of being what they saying? That makes no sense.
You talking about giving them the benefit of the doubt? I'm telling you, we already know. You already know this though.
No, but that's the point. You're the one that's bringing up saying that his interview, he bombed the interview based on what they're telling us. If they're
that's what they said.
Right, but the same people telling us drafted a cokehead. So why do they give the benefit of the doubt? How do we know they're telling the truth?
Where's the report coming out of? Is it actually from an executive or where's it?
No, it's an anonymous source.
Well, then that could be true or not. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it could be, we don't know if it's true or not.
But that's all you got to go off of. Yeah.
So why did you regurgitate it then? That's my point.
I mean, that's what we did.
That's my. You ran right into my point.
Okay, but we don't know. We don't know if it's true.
Yeah, but you'll go ahead and you'll point fingers at the kid, but you won't say nothing about the organization that drafted.
But do you know if it's but the same thing like you said about the phone call? Do you know if the phone call's true?
Yes, he said it. He broke it down today. He broke everything down today. He said the NFL gives all the prospects an email. They send them an email. You have to send a number to them that you need to be reached on. The phone was sent to him by the NFL.
Okay.
That means the NFL got the number. Someone leaked it.
Well, what I'm saying is, how do you really know that though?
Okay. If he just got the phone on Thursday and the only other person that got the number is the NFL,
I'm saying, did Sanders say it? Did Sanders say it?
Yes, he said that. That's what I'm telling you.
No. Did Sanders say? Did Sanders was he the one who said that somebody called me?
Yeah.
It was on video. They got it on. You're talking when he got pranked.
I didn't see the video. I didn't see the video.
You're saying when he got pranked, right?
OG, so let me, Parent, let me tell you.
I didn't see the video.
Let me tell you what happened.
I saw a video.
The first video we saw, I'm gonna break it down to you in order. The first video we saw, he got called on the phone. He picked up like he was getting drafted. They said to him, "This is the Saints GM, Mickey Loomis, blah blah blah. We're going to draft you with this pick." They were coming up on the pick. When the pick came in, they said, "Ha ha, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer," and hung up the phone. And he said right then and there, what was that about? He was confused. Nobody has this number. He said that out of his own mouth. Boom, that was yesterday. Today, he came out with another video breaking it down how the phone numbers work. And other rookies have said that he's telling the truth. Boom. After he does that, 15 minutes later, the people that actually pranked him, they put out the video.
Yeah.
The people who pranked him put the video out?
Yes.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
So here's the deal.
I can keep lining up things.
That's crazy.
Somebody now hang on a second. Somebody could have leaked it. Correct.
No, somebody could have leaked it.
No, they did.
No, here somebody could. But some dude now these days in the internet, Somebody stole goddamn $2,900 out of my goddamn bank account at Christmas time.
The phone isn't in his name.
But if there's a list of players' names and phones they sent out, and it goddamn gets hacked, I mean, you don't know how they got it.
So the NFL is in breach.
I'm just, but you're saying, the
executive,
the report that we're talking about earlier, whether it's good or bad of how he did in his interview, it's the same thing with the phone numbers. We don't know how they got it. We can sit there and say, oh, no doubt they leaked, but how do we know?
Okay,
it could have been hacked.
I'm glad you said that. The NFL, again, you giving them the benefit of the doubt. Again, the NFL.
I'm not, but we don't know either side of anything.
Bro, every time y'all talk, I shut up. But then when it's my time to talk, you keep cutting me off. Let me finish what I was going to say. Please, just let me finish what I was going to say.
All right.
Please.
I'm listening.
The NFL, the National Football League, the same ones that couldn't find a Rice video that had to get leaked on TMZ, since then has stepped up the security. At the least, even if it was hacked, someone's personal information got out there on their watch, and no one is blaming them. They blame
it's fucked up. It's definitely fucked up.
It's messed up. I mean, nobody's saying it's not.
It's messed up now that I say that, but you guys don't lead with that. That's the problem. And that's
I didn't know. I didn't know the whole story behind that shit.
I agreed with you about the video coming out. I saw it. I mean,
I
nobody's
didn't see none of
disagreeing
that.
with you. Just because we don't say the right thing first, we're giving them the benefit of the doubt.
It's Deion, son. We gonna put the dot on him. He messed up in the interview. He didn't do nothing at the combine when other people that got drafted higher than him didn't throw in all that stuff at the combine either. But he's the only one that we're gonna blame. He's the only one with the Sanders name. He's the only one with a cyber truck. He's the only one with jewels and a house and all that other stuff. And we just gonna ignore that he got all that, and we gonna ignore the hundreds plus years of the NFL buck breaking people. And we just gonna say, yeah, nah, he just wasn't good. Oh, man, y'all crazy, man. I'm sorry.
The main thing I'm gonna say is that the big picture of this whole thing is, quarterbacks fall in rounds all the time. All the time.
This was a high-profile quarterback.
Now the reasoning behind it, who fucking knows?
Hold on, BJ.
Who knows what Brady? Who knows what Brady felt? Who knows what Rodgers felt? Who knows what Mahomes? Any of them quarterbacks that drop rounds? Who knows why they did it?
Okay. All right.
Think about it. Who knows why? But I hear what you're saying though. That it is some shady stuff going on. I mean, the interview that my man played. I mean, I didn't never hear that interview, and that's crazy for them to say that he need to go out there and beg for his job and
this is what BJ
all that crap. That's crazy.
BJ Matson is missing the point of what I'm saying. And he's, first of all, since you in the comments, and I'm glad that you're in the comments.
Thanks for watching, folks. There you go.
It seems like you want to debate me on some race stuff. So cool. I never said anything about race, but when Cooper DeJean was prank called last year, yes, I was outraged. You can go on my Twitter and you can see it yourself. I said something about it last year. You can go on the Man Cave Sports Podcast and listen to the episode when we talked about it when he got pranked too. So
somebody was pranked last year too?
Yes, Cooper DeJean.
Yeah. The guy who made the interception in the Super Bowl for the champs.
Hey, big OG.
So there is a leak.
Don't. You ain't got to bring it up.
That's the point.
Mar, I love you. Hey, sorry, Mar.
Hey, Pound. What you just say, Pound? So it is a leak, right?
So it is leaks going on in the NFL. So it's not solely on Sanders, though.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I never said it was only him. But all the stuff that's towards him is layered up towards him, nobody else.
But you just said it happened. You just said it happened to somebody else, though.
No. I'm talking about everything in the totality.
Okay.
Like leaks in general and stuff. I think what Mike's saying is
like Dak Prescott. Somebody named Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott wasn't getting in trouble in school.
He was a good kid.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
That's why he failed. That's why he failed. Tyrod Taylor failed because he wasn't that good coming out of college as Shador was. I'm sorry. You said Derek Carr. Derek Carr wasn't as good as Shador either. Stop it. Why are you mentioning these people? Kirk Cousins was not as good as Shador coming out of college.
I mean,
that's a
but see, hold on, but
God, it's hard to sit there and compare quarterbacks. I mean,
I'm about to say,
we do it all the
if you
time.
talk about, like,
it is, but it depends on what the offense runs. I mean, you can't sit
Yeah.
there and say,
Gosh, man, y'all are tripping. Kirk Cousins was better than
no, you got to think. Colorado won what? Seven games?
No, they won
13 and 12 last 2 years.
They won nine games. They won 9 games, man.
What do you mean? That's
You
one
talking
game
about
to fail.
but you talking about quarterbacks that off the top of my head, I don't know what Cousins in them record or Eli in them record was, but yo, you gotta check that first before you can say that they're not better than Shador. You gotta check records. You gotta check all that stuff first, dog. Because
3-9-1-3-1.
Yep, I'm glad he posted that. Okay.
Michigan State hasn't been that good since then. I'll tell you that much. Michigan State's not.
He posted that.
Yeah, Michigan State sucks.
Well, but they were 11-2 under Cousins. I mean, yeah. So.
I mean, damn, for real, I didn't even know that.
No, they were good with Cousins, like I said. Sparty sucked since then. So
hey, Kirk Cousins threw 66 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Shador, just in 2 years, since we just doing the 2 years at Colorado, we're not going to include the black college.
HBCU,
We're not going to include that. Shador threw 64 touchdowns and threw 13 picks. Y'all going to sit up there and tell me Kirk Cousins was better?
How many yards? What about yards?
Was better?
How many yards?
I'm only using 2 of his years.
No, let's talk about his 2 years. No, let's talk about his 2 years. But look at the conference play too. You don't want to look at but you can't throw your arms up. You can't throw your arms up.
Yeah, you can't throw your arms up at that. You can't.
SEC and Big Ten.
You can't
compare to what he played against. You can't. Dude, you put Ohio State against some of the teams Colorado played this year, it'd been 96-3.
Exactly.
And they would have their second teams in there at halftime. I mean, come on. Come on, you know. We played college football. We watched college football.
We're not saying he's sorry. We're not saying
he's bad.
He's not saying he's sorry, dog. No,
you're gonna sit there and compare. You're gonna sit there and compare big.
Hold on.
He wasn't top 10 good to me. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're lying to yourself. If I would have just said to y'all blindly and didn't say Kirk Cousins' numbers and didn't say Shador's numbers, and I said to you, one threw 64 touchdowns and one with 13 interceptions, and the other one threw 66 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, y'all would not pick the one that threw 66 touchdowns and 30 interceptions.
But in college, if it's NFL, yes. If it's NFL, I agree. If it's college and you got like 140 teams,
yeah, you're
gonna sit. No, Mike. You're gonna sit.
You gotta check.
Somebody pull up.
You gotta check the conference, dog.
No, somebody pull me up. No, somebody pull me up. JMU's had a great record last couple years. Pull up JMU's quarterbacks numbers. I guarantee you, against the teams he plays against, until he played.
Oh yeah,
teams,
hell yeah.
He probably got 70 touchdowns in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
you're gonna sit there and put him above Sanders?
JMU went undefeated. JMU went undefeated,
and they were undefeated until they got against good competition. People put in BYU in the college football playoff. Possibly would have been a joke. They would have been killed in the first round.
And
BYU had a great record, a great regular season.
You definitely got to look at who they playing against, man.
Put up numbers. You got to look at the conference play. And I'm not shooting Sanders down. I don't think Sanders was a 6th round quarterback. I don't think he's a star in the NFL year one.
I think he's going to be good in the NFL, actually.
I agree.
But you think the other 5 quarterbacks better than him, right?
I never said that. We haven't talked about that.
No.
We talked about Sanders for 25 minutes.
So cool. That's my point. Y'all keep walking into what I'm saying. If you don't think the other 5 quarterbacks are better, then why aren't y'all saying that? Y'all didn't say it.
Hold on.
Ask these things from you.
Cam Ward played in the ACC and he went overall number 1. Where'd he come from before then? I didn't know much about Cam Ward until this year.
The Pac-12 and Shador went 4-8 in the Pac-12 and he went 5-7 in the Pac-12.
That's what I'm saying. So did he deserve to be number 1? I don't think so.
Because you said you have to talk about conference play and all that stuff. I'm glad.
Oh, come on, Mike. Come on. You got to.
And he killed in the ACC though.
Cool. No. When he was at Washington, did he kill more than Shedeur?
I don't know.
Probably not. He wasn't talked about.
You didn't know that because because again, you didn't investigate that because you focused on Shedeur to talk about his negatives.
I'm not focused on Shedeur. I'm watching hockey playoffs right now.
Focused.
No, you are because if you don't know, if you know one isn't good enough, but you don't know nothing about the other one, that means you're only focusing on one of them.
I was just saying I don't think Cam Ward was the number one pick. Personally,
you say that now, I bring that out of you. I have to bring that out of you for you to say that. That's the problem.
I said that on my own. I said that on my own fruition.
No,
but I said
you had nothing to do with
hold on. I said earlier that Cleveland, the other teams, they made bad decisions on picking those quarterbacks, but they've been making bad decisions. So you gotta look forward to that.
Asking y'all,
they've been messing up.
Hey, Ma, did you hear anybody say that the 5 quarterbacks shouldn't have been picked before Shedeur? Before I said it,
I can't remember who said it. It was thrown out there. I can't
I
remember.
said at the beginning.
No,
I can't.
You said Cleveland. You talk about the other 40
quarterbacks. I said they messed up. They've been messing up. Cleveland, the Giants, even the Jets.
And I will say that Pound did say that.
Even the Jets, they've been messing up.
And those teams you just listed are always like high in the draft. All those teams you just listed.
Yeah, they've been making bad decisions, big dog.
What I'm asking you is, when did anybody bring up that in those 5 quarterbacks that were picked before Shedeur were better than him? Nobody has done that.
Yeah, we just started talking about it just now.
Yeah, we just started talking about that. So
okay.
But then nobody bring it up.
We can talk about it.
Why not?
Nobody brought it up.
Y'all done talked about everything else against him.
Because we were talking about other stuff.
Him.
You are. You said his conference. You got to factor in conference play. You said the conference.
You brought up touchdowns, interceptions versus a guy who played in the Big Ten versus a guy
who brought up touchdowns. Oh, that's who brought up touchdowns. That's one. And I said if you blindly had to select one or the other, that's what I said.
If it's even competition across.
Now,
Mike, come on, you know better. Come on, if you give me Quinn Sorcher versus like freaking Einstein, that score's gonna be 72-6. You're gonna tell me the teams are the same in high school? Same thing in college.
But the
same
point
thing
is,
in college.
You keep knocking everything against the kid instead of saying anything positive about the kid.
Dude, I don't care where Sanders goes to play football. I care about my team. I want the
Commanders to win. We just said he's gonna do good. We just said we think he's going to do good.
He's gonna have a good career, but he went to a crappy organization. So good luck. So you want him to go to the Saints?
I wish somebody else would have picked him because
you want him to go to the Saints. You want him to go to 8-8 Pittsburgh until they fire Tomlin.
Both on here literally because we had conversations on the internet about Shedeur Sanders.
I had to stop because it wasn't going anywhere, and I like talking to you better than typing.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We both had conversations where y'all both spoke down on him.
I don't think I was down on him, and I was trying not to be down on him. If that's how it's perceived, I apologize.
I never spoke down on his game. I just ain't like the way. Hold on. I never spoke down on his game. I just ain't like the way he went through the whole process of the no combine and no workouts and stuff like that. That's the only thing that I was mad about. Because I'm like, no, if you're gonna sell yourself, man, you got to go out there and show these people.
But that's his choice to do it. If he doesn't want to, it's his choice.
No, I understand it. But all of the media, everybody was saying that he had problems with what was it? The short passing. His arm wasn't strong enough. No,
you can pick everybody apart.
Go out there and show these people you got it.
But
show these people you got it. What's wrong with that?
You can pick every player apart. You can pick every player apart, depending on who you're talking to. But
that's why they go to those teams, to the pro days, and they show them, look, I got this. Draft me. That's all I was saying, dog. Show these people what you got.
Did Caleb Williams play in the Senior Bowl last year?
He didn't have to.
Why not?
You wanna know why? Because he's projected. He showed everything in the season.
Shador was
Same thing Manning did. Same thing Manning did.
Shador was projected number one. And to see what I'm saying?
He was projected number one. He was not projected number one.
Yes,
he was not projected number one. Hey, when?
Yours was projected number one last year, wasn't it?
When?
Or preseason?
Shador's been predicted number one for a while, bro.
No. The start of this season, Orrs was projected number one.
Yeah, the Texas kid was projected number one.
The start of the season, he was projected number one.
All right. So
well, it also depends on which publication you read, too.
And then Cam Ward started kicking ass, and then his name started popping up. Orrs got hurt, and they said, "Oh, Cam Ward got it."
Oh, come on, let's be real. Everybody in Texas wanted Manning to play, right?
That's not how.
Everybody in Texas wanted Manning to play from the start of the season. Let's be
real.
mean,
definitely that. Yeah, everybody wanted Manning.
Once they signed Manning, everybody wanted Manning. Screw yours. Who cares what he's done? It's all right.
BJ, is that Dylan Gabriel's numbers?
He's played 6 years.
Yeah, he's
we move the goalpost when we want to win an argument.
Nobody here moved the goalpost. Just FYI, nobody did that here.
The kid played. Dylan Gabriel.
Okay, so what's your point? But I'm just saying, beginning of the season, he was projected number one. That's all I'm saying.
No, yours.
No. My bad.
It flip-flopped. So at one point, Shador was projected number one.
Yeah, and you saw that. Yeah, no, you saw that throughout the season. The thing is, for me, that's another thing is we're getting out of from college is the COVID years where guys got like a 4th or 5th or 6th year. That stuff's ended now because you're in 2025 now, which is a good thing, I think. You're going to go back to 4 years of school unless you redshirt 1 year, So
no, you're not. No, that's not. No. But dog, the dude just got drafted 25 years old. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy right now. It's crazy.
For 45 minutes, we have argued about whatever y'all wanted to say. He ain't that good. He didn't show up to his interviews, this, that, and the third. But y'all ain't saying nothing negative about none of these other people. This kid is 25.
We're not talking about him. Right? Who else you want to talk about? Throw out a name.
Why not?
Throw out a name. We've been talking. Everybody in America has been talking about Sanders like nonstop, dude. And that's what internet does.
Talk about him too?
That's what ESPN does. Everybody been talking about him.
To talk about him too? Is what I'm asking.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
You have to talk about him because everyone else is talking about him.
No, that's what we came on here to talk about.
I worked in soccer. You asked me to. You asked me to come on. I work soccer for 9 hours a day, and I'm watching hockey.
Can I ask you? Did I say come on and talk about Shador?
No, you asked me to come on and talk, and this is the topic.
NFL draft recap.
All right.
And y'all talking about Shador because the media talking about Shador.
Why are we talking about
Shador? No. We talked about something. We talked about a couple things before Shador, and then my man, I can't remember his name. He brought up Shador. We're gonna talk about Shador, and that's what we've been talking about.
You can always change it.
Yeah, you can always change it to okay. Let's talk about these other quarterbacks. Let's talk about the Giants pick.
Giants traded up late in the round, right?
No, the Giants traded up early.
Their quarterback.
No.
The Giants got three. The Giants got 3 quarterbacks too, right?
The Giants traded back into the late of the first round.
Late first round, correct. That's what I meant. Yeah. So
yes.
To get Jackson Dart.
Yeah, okay. As I said, they picked up a quick. But don't they already got like 2 quarterbacks already?
Yeah, Russell Wilson and James.
Whatchamacallit's gone, right? The guy that had been their quarterback. Where'd he land? The guy who'd been there, 8. What's his name?
Daniel Jones. Who knows?
Daniel Jones. Yeah, where'd he go?
Yeah, he's in Minnesota.
And because Darnold left, right? So Darnold, you got to figure out where all the moving pieces are. God.
Yeah. J.J. McCartney got that job in Vegas.
Man, they're leaning McCarthy, which I don't know how good he's going to be. To be honest with you, I mean he was okay. Michigan ran the ball great, and then he blows out his knee, and they're going to anoint him number 1. I don't know about that.
All right. So let's shift gears on this conversation before we get out of here. All right. In your guess, and I'm gonna start with you, Mike. What team could have used Shador Sanders, but they decided to bypass? Because obviously, I'm seeing reports Giants they didn't like the way he interviewed, and I think regardless, I don't know what they were thinking. You need help. You know, Browns. I still don't like. I don't like that he landed in Cleveland. I'll be honest. I don't like the fact that they went Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round. They brought in Joe Flacco, who they did like, and they brought in
Flacco
Pickett. They brought in Kenny Pickett as well. And look,
that's a mess. That's a
no.
mess.
If you're looking at that quarterback room on paper, and we got the slide. If you're looking at it on paper, why can't Shador compete? I think he compete for that number 1.
Totally. Joe Flacco will never die, dude. That guy never go anywhere. He's been around forever.
He can compete for that number 1. Why can't he?
I agree.
I really think he should have went to a team with a veteran quarterback.
Because first of all, Deshaun, I think
I agree with that.
And sat for 2 years, and then come. You know what I'm
saying? With veteran quarterbacks.
No, Pound. There's a chance that Deshaun Watson might not play this upcoming season because he got another Achilles injury.
Oh, yeah. He is hurt.
But
the Browns ain't got no good line, do they?
No. Their offensive line isn't the greatest. They have gone out there and tried to improve it. I mean, obviously between draft and free agency. But look, I'm just saying I'm looking at San Francisco. I thought that was a good possibility he can go to if you're talking about whether you want to sign Brock Purdy to a mega $60 million per year deal or not. All right.
Yeah.
The Dolphins with the question mark of Tua's health. Why didn't they?
Yeah, concussions. He's one hit away from not playing.
Exactly. Why didn't they pull the trigger?
He's one sneeze away.
No, they drafted a quarterback after Shador. Why did they consider Shador? And so, look.
Oh yeah, true.
All I'm saying is there were some teams that could have got Shador. They decided to pass. And like I said earlier, it's hard to prove collusion, but it smells funky. It looks funky. Some people can say I'm wrong or whatever. I don't. That's just my opinion. Because if I'm going based off of football talent, except Cam Ward. That's just me. All right. I can understand Cam Ward going first overall. That makes sense. All right. I'm not talking about that. No.
We'll see.
Well, Ryan. All right. Yeah. So obviously, I feel that whether the quarterback position this year was low at talent.
Yeah, I don't think the quarterback position was the best.
No. I agree with you. I agree with you. But we do see this. But we do see this every year that quarterbacks are always still in high demand. So why was it Shador and all the other quarterbacks in high demand like any other year? That's
great question.
We saw six quarterbacks go in the first round last year. Do we all think they deserve to go in the first round last year?
Probably not.
I think them teams needed them though.
Again, it was teams.
I think you can make a case for all the maybe the bottom 6 to 10 teams, unless you have an injury in the NFL every year, probably needing a skill player, whether it be a running back or quarterback. I think running backs are interchangeable now. I hate to say it. I mean, you see, if you get a good O-line, good quarterback play, you get running backs coming out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So there's talent everywhere. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's the draft, man. It
is. But
nothing about this year makes sense. How about that?
I forgot the question you asked me.
Which team most benefits?
You asked me a question, but everybody else started talking.
No.
Okay, I'm muting. There you go. Knock yourself out.
No. I forgot. Which team you think who missed out on Shador should have went in and drafted him? Obviously, the first two teams that come to my mind are the Saints and Dolphins. What team think fumbled the most, man? Pounds.
The most? Oh, I would say Giants, because I don't think Russell Wilson gonna last. To be honest, Russell Wilson. A lot of people like him, but I'm like, dog. When he came out, he was blessed to be put where he was at with the Seahawks. That's why he won.
He said he was blessed.
he ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing since.
That's wild, bro.
You know what I'm saying? He was blessed. He got drafted. I don't remember. What was it, third round or something like that, to a team that had a bomb defense. That's the only reason why they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-mm. Nah, I got you. He said the Giants messed up. Should have got Shador. OG, real quick, jump in here, man. Which team you thought should have probably could have used his services that passed upon?
Saints and Steelers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Saints and Steelers. Hey, I will say this: the Steelers made the ultimate sign by not drafting Shador. They're going Aaron Rodgers. Good luck on that. I don't
think so, and that's stupid.
Yeah,
sorry. That's all I'm saying. There you go.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look, we get what Aaron Rodgers once was. That's not what he is now. All right, that's just not what he is now. Mike T, take us home, man. Who really fumbled the bag on passing up on Shador, man?
The Jags, the Giants, the Browns, the Raiders, the Saints. It's more teams. The Browns twice because the Browns could have got him and Travis.
Ooh.
And
that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought was going to happen, though. Honestly,
that's what everybody thought that was going to happen. That's what the Seahawks as well, because they passed on them as well. They picked up Jalen Milroe.
Hey, quick question, Mike. Well, what about Deion Hutchinson? Is he coming out?
He went to the Bucks.
Yeah, he didn't get picked up.
Undrafted. Undrafted.
Oh, nice. I like him.
What's up? What's up, dude? Oh, hold on, Mike. What's up, OG?
I'm raising my hand. I want to be called on. So, the Browns botch everything. They had, like you said, they had a chance to grab Hunter and Sanders. They're familiar with each other. Kind of makes sense. The Browns screw up everything. The Browns haven't been good since they had Bernie Kosar and freaking Ernest Biner. When was the last time the Browns were good? You tell me. Tell me.
You just said
but the whole
I got nothing.
You just
the whole point was
19. That was 1987, I think.
Right. The whole point, and I think that people want to ignore it and whatever, they can ignore it if they want to. The whole point is what I've been saying, and I'm gonna keep saying, people are conditioned in this country. And we are conditioned in this country not to question the big dogs. Because, for example, when it was the Target boycott, there was people on the other side of it that was like, y'all tripping. And it's just, we are not trained in this country to question anything about establishments. We spent an hour and 22 minutes tonight, for the most part, talking about Shador Sanders. We could say we could have, blah, blah, blah. I'm going by what we did. We talked about Shador Sanders for almost an hour and 22 minutes tonight. We did not talk about how bad the Browns are. We could have did an hour on the Browns. We didn't do it, though. We didn't do it about the Giants. We didn't do it about nothing else. And I think that people just don't want to ever just admit the truth that's right in front of their faces. They purposely cost this kid money. Cost him his dream as well. We all sat up there and watched it, bro. They buck broke this kid, man. And then we just sit up there and watching it. Some people don't want to live in the country. I get it. Nobody wants to deal with racism. Nobody wants to deal. And I'm not saying this situation is racism, but no one wants to deal with the uncomfortable conversations in this country about things of that nature. Because who wants to talk about that? Like, if I'm a white person and I ain't racist, I don't want to be sitting up there talking about stuff that the other side do. I'm not them. You know what I'm saying? So it may be draining to you to not want to talk about it, but to ignore it and act like it didn't happen and make 50 different reasons why the kid went in the 5th round instead of saying, hey, bro, something's going on. This ain't right. We don't do that enough in this country. And that's why I got pissed. I'm sorry. Congratulations to everybody else that got drafted. I'm glad for all the kids that got drafted. But it just seems like when it's a black kid that's confident in himself, or he has a black father that's a good black father that's confident in his son, it's a problem. It was a problem with LeVar Ball. It was a problem with LeBron. It was a problem with Venus and Serena's father. It's a problem with anytime we do it. Anytime we do it, it's a problem. But they parade around the situations where it's just a single mother. That's the story they want to tell on us. But when it's a positive black father, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Arch Manning sucked. Let's call a spade a spade. Arch Manning sucked. What gave him the cachet to be able to say what he did with Eli? And no one questioned him. Deion Sanders has won in every facet in life. And for the most part, what we know, dude's a pretty good guy. For what we know of him. He don't get the cachet. That was my whole point. And that people just wanted, and they want to ignore. This kid shouldn't have went 5th round, bro. I don't care what y'all tell me, what argument you tell me, what conference he played in. I don't care if he wore blue cleats, red cleats, yellow cleats. I don't give a damn. He shouldn't have been drafted in the 5th round.
It's fine, but if you're gonna throw the conference thing out, you're basically saying that to me, and I'm like,
I'm talking about everybody.
I don't know. I don't have the evidence of anything that happened. Neither do you. And it seems no. It seems weird, But like I said, if we're gonna start talking about football and the game on the field and the stats and the conference, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the game on the field. If we want to talk, but he keeps going back to this, which is a problem, and I agree. But if we're not gonna sit here and talk about the game, and we're gonna keep coming back to this, and we're gonna stick to this, then we're not gonna be able to talk about the draft.
Why? So why?
But we're not.
But
you're sitting here saying we talked about this, but we never talked about the draft because we're not.
Why ignore it?
Well, we bring up stats and we come back to this. Well, I'm not ignoring it. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
No, you don't. Why ignore it?
Now you're telling me I don't. Okay, guys. Why are you gonna sit there and say I don't? Why are you gonna sit there and say I don't? I'm a nice guy. How often do you see me like this?
If you did,
never.
If you agreed with me, you wouldn't be saying nothing right now.
Okay, then that's fine.
About how it's messed up.
But you bring up conference. You threw conferences.
I threw other stuff out there too. You're the only one that seemed to have taken it personally.
But why?
I said a whole bunch of stuff, and you took the conferences personally. See what I'm saying? You took that, so you know me personally. I'm
not going to take that. I'm not taking it personally. But I'm like, it's like you wanted to talk about the draft, and we keep coming back here.
Let me finish. Go
ahead. Well, I'm muted.
Let me finish. I've been to your house. I know you personally. You just took what I just said about a whole bunch of other stuff personally, but you didn't care to talk about any of the other stuff that's going against them.
I said I agree with you.
Let's stop faking the funk, man. We know what it is.
I said I agree with you like a half hour ago.
All right, bro. You got it.
I didn't?
You got it.
Okay. Okay. So when I say I agree with you, you sit there and say you don't. That's what you just said.
Because none of the other stuff I agree with conferences or the play on the field mattered. We know that. We all know that. That's the point. Why
I wanted to come on here and talk about. We're talking about football, and this is all we're talking about.
It wasn't about football with him, and that's the problem. That's what you don't get, and that's what frustrates me so much.
You invited me, but you said you wanted to talk about the draft, right? And you just made that point.
I was giving my endings part because this is y'all like my show, but I was giving my ending part of what I was saying, and you cut me off again, as you've done all night. Cut me off again, over and over and over and over again. And
I'm sorry.
All I'm saying is, why can't we talk about the elephant in the room? Why do we have to skip over that? Because you don't feel comfortable talking about it?
We can talk about whatever you want. We can talk about whatever you want, and that's what it's been all about. But you just said too, we've spent the good part of an hour and 22 minutes when it was at hour 22 and hour 28 now talking about this. Well, if you want to talk about this, then we've talked about this. And it's a problem. And it's screwed up. And it happens in all facets of life. Did you see the election? Holy shit.
So why did I have to bring it up? Why do I have to bring it up? You didn't bring it up. You brought up everything else. That's the point. Don't you you keep missing it? Do you keep missing that? You talked about everything else.
I clearly have no clue.
You did.
Yeah.
We talked about everything else about this kid, except that we all know that he got screwed. He got screwed.
But then we're also talking, we don't have any of the evidence or proof, do we?
All right, man.
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
We got proof that his phone number got leaked.
And that's jacked up. And however it happened, it should be fixed. Somebody should be fired. However the hell it happened. We all agree on.
But you didn't say that.
We all agree on that.
You didn't say that when you came on here. You started talking about his play. That's what I'm.
Oh my god. Okay. Because
You
I
don't
wasn't
get it, man.
interrupting you then. All
No,
right.
you don't get it. You don't get it, man. You don't get
I
it.
don't get it. I don't
You
get
came
it.
on here
I
talking
don't get it.
play. You came
Yeah,
on here
I
talking
don't
about the
get it.
conference that he's in.
I don't-
You didn't
I
say
don't
nothing
get it.
about nobody should get fired until I keep bringing it up. I got to bring up the stuff that's messed up for you to acknowledge it. You didn't bring it up on your own.
I said I agreed with you.
Yeah, that's the point. You brought up everything else.
When we were trying to
then-
talk football. When
Okay.
we were trying to talk football, Mike.
Nah, man. Y'all don't
When
get
somebody threw the stats up and Mar put up
it. You
the
know what?
stats.
I'm gonna say this really boldly.
Go for it.
I wish
I
wish every person in this world could live in 3 black people's bodies: a rich one, a middle class one, and a poor one. Just so y'all can see how it feels to be us.
And there's a middle class. There's a middle class.
The middle. Okay, we can go poor. We can go poor and rich.
Yeah.
We can go poor and rich. I wish they would, because that's.
I can't say anything, so I'm good. If
didn't
I
say
say
that you
something,
couldn't.
if I
that you
say
couldn't.
something, you're gonna be on me again. So it's all good. It's whatever. So whatever.
He got a chance to prove himself. He went the 5th round.
What do you want me to say?
They messed up his. I'm responding to the comment on the screen. He went 5th round. They jacked up his money on purpose, and we sat there and watched it. They leaked this number on purpose, and we sat there and watched it. An anonymous source, the only kid in the draft. Y'all gonna sit up here and tell me? Matter of fact, I'm gonna shut up. Name something negative that was a negative characteristic that was said about any other kid in the draft. I'll wait.
I'll let somebody have it. I mean, I can't recall too many things.
I wasn't sitting there watching the draft all weekend. Sorry, so I didn't hear anything. But I'm not sitting there looking at Twitter. I didn't watch the draft.
As far as the quarterbacks, it was some negative stuff said about quarterbacks, about they don't have it. A couple of defensive players also.
I'm talking about character, not with on the field.
Oh no, not character. No, not character. No, nobody. Not character.
No, hold on.
On the networks or on like Twitter?
No, on the networks and networks in Twitter, whatever.
It's the same thing.
Were the network was the main ESPN coverage breaking him down?
Between ESPN and NFL Network, I'm pretty sure.
How do you think we found out about the anonymous source?
Where did that come from again?
That was on all the networks.
Then they shouldn't be. Well, they shouldn't be reporting it.
Adam Schefter said that there was some tension in the meetings. How do we know that? But you mean to tell me 200 and almost 70 kids got drafted today or went to a new team today? Yep. And the only one player out of all of them that had character issues is Shedeur Sanders.
I highly doubt that.
All right, then. You keep.
I just said it for you. What else do you want me to do? I say I agree. You say I'm wrong. I want you to recognize
I want you to recognize the bullshit, call out the bullshit when it happens, and I don't have to tell you that it's bullshit for you to recognize that it's bullshit.
That's
the problem, bro.
And I said I did.
Nah, you rather.
Okay. Now you're telling me I didn't. So tell me what else.
You were arguing with me on Twitter when I was trying to tell you the same thing.
It's cool.
You was arguing with me on Twitter when I was trying to tell you the same thing. That's why you're here tonight.
Is that why I'm here tonight?
On Facebook about it.
I thought we were gonna hang out and have fun. So it's been a blast. I'm ready for Sunday mornings in high school football. Let's go back to that. That was fun.
I'm having fun. I'm not.
It's a blast, dude. It's a blast being told that.
Hey, I gotta get out of here, man. Hey, I want to thank y'all, man, for letting me on this joint, man. Once again, man. It's always
nice
fun coming on here.
It's been cool, man. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, it's always fun on here. But hey, invite me anytime, big boys. Anytime.
I pound. It's no. We're gonna shut it down. Because man, crazy situation.
I feel bad because I agree with you, Mike, and I love you, man. And it's been a great year. And yeah, it sucks that this shit happens. It sucks that November happened. It sucks so many things happen. I turn on the news at weather, and I tell people as a joke, a partial joke, I turn on the news at weather because there's a chance it might be sunny tomorrow, and then my team might have won after that, and they might give me a good fluff story at the end. Because all the shit that happens before is shit. And what am I supposed to do about it? My furniture job, there's nothing I can go up to goddamn Capitol Hill and do about it because they'll goddamn throw me in cuffs. I don't care if I'm blue, purple, black, or white. If I try to do something about it, nothing's going to change when I try to do something about it. And it sucks. And there's a lot of shit in this world that sucks. My kid's 529's getting hit. Everybody's got it goddamn tough in different ways. And some people have it a lot tougher than I do. And it sucks. And I bust my ass. I'm still at high school. It's like 3 to 4 days a week. And my wife, thank God, she puts up with me and lets me go do it because I'm trying to make a better place. And you know that. And I agree with you, dude, 100%. And like you said, you're one of the most fun, best people I've been around. I don't buy everybody cookies at Magruder, period. That's where I'm going to leave it.
Magruder. Cookies. Hey,
that was a good cookie.
Hey, hold on.
I just wish that if people are allies and they are allies, it shouldn't get to this point.
No way, 100%.
And we 100%. Should be able to see the other person what we go through. Just like, listen, man, this kid shouldn't have went through that. This kid shouldn't have went through what he went through, period. And it sucks that more people didn't speak up and say anything about it, but it is what it is, bro. I'm never going to stop caring. If this is your first time seeing this side of me, well, welcome to seeing this side of me, but I've been this way for a long time.
And I've been this way too. And like I said, there's only so much, like I said, that I can do, and I hate to feel like that. And I try to take care of the people who are good to me. And if somebody needs help, I'm there to help. I can't tell you how many kids I've tried to help at school, like I said, that come up and talk to me because their dad doesn't show up to senior day. And they might be working. They might not care. Who knows? But like I said, that's what I do. Yeah, I'm there taking pictures. I'm getting a few bucks from the school once in a while. But like I said, it's like for me, I'm there trying to help. And hopefully I got a kid that yesterday messaged me and he was like, thank you for getting me into photography. I love it. My new camera and I feel so good about myself. I get messages like that all the time. I saw a kid that came back for senior night. Nobody was out girls lacrosse. I was at girls lacrosse senior night. I had a kid come up to me who came back to support one of the seniors. And he was like, man, I'm still using my camera in college. It's been one of the best things. I'm up at Towson. That's what I do it for. And those are things I can control. I can't control what happened at the NFL draft. I think it's crappy. I think it's weird what happened, but I don't know what happened. I don't. But like I said, it's like I'm not going to sit there and like, I don't know.
Your voice means a lot more than you think.
Huh?
Your voice means a lot more than you think.
And I'm trying. And like I said, I just don't know which way to shoot it because like I said, half the time I feel like nobody hears it. And it sucks. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, word of advice, Ron?
Yeah.
Shoot it.
Just shoot what you feel.
I'm trying, man. My knees hurt every day. I'm trying not to fall over my balance.
And just to end this on a positive note, since people think that this is I don't want nobody to think this is a negative note. Everything OG Ron said, and the part of the reason why I have him in around 613 is because I believe everything he just said. I don't believe OG Ron doesn't care about us or the plight of us. I don't believe that.
I wouldn't still be on here talking, man. I would have hung up. Shit.
And that's what, and Marv, what did I say earlier? I think OG Ron got off. I said, if you are white and you are not on that side, it has to suck having to be lumped in with the other ones. I said that was one of the first things I said.
I'm not orange. Sorry. It's all right. Yeah.
So I don't think that you're that type. And I don't, BJ Madison, if you still on here, you too. I don't think that you're that type either. However, we need to, as people, if we see some bullshit happening.
Bar, man, don't get that out, man. I'm trying to, I don't know, man. I don't know. That was funny, though. I enjoyed that. Sorry.
I'm sorry, dog. That was...
I got Mike to laugh. I saw it. I know he went forward.
Yeah, I don't think BJ or OG Ron are not on our allies. I don't think that they're not our allies. I think they are. But I'm just saying, if you see some bullshit and you smell some bullshit, say it's some bullshit.
I try to get my shovel. I do. So.
Hey man, just walk around with a shovel at all times. No, hey, it's all love around here. For those who don't know, hey, this is all love. Hey man, we cover a lot of Moco football together, spend a lot of time together. Trust me, this is all love. This is all just us having a conversation.
Hey, Mike, Mar doesn't have a hockey team. Mike, I need the Caps to win tomorrow. I really need that though.
No, hold on.
You had the scouts way back in the day.
OG.
All right, go ahead.
OV8 is my GOAT. All right. Trust me.
All
I'm
right,
watching the Caps. I'm watching the Caps. Relax. You gotta relax.
All right.
I'm watching the Caps. OV is my GOAT. All right. All right.
I need another one.
Hey. The crazy thing, OG, that's the only thing that's going to be worth the damn in the Washington sports area for a minute. All right. Because Wizards ain't doing it. It's going to be a minute for it. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, man. We love everybody. Hey, go out there. Make sure you tell somebody that you love them for real. Life is short. I had to deal with a couple of friends that just, mutual friends had some, passing away of some few friends lately. It's been a crazy week for me. So I've been dealing with a lot of emotional friends, and it's rough to see my peoples go through a rough time because they've been losing people left and right. So, hey, tell somebody you love them today. All right. Hey, Mike T, I love you, bro. OG Ron, I love you, bro. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Like, share, subscribe to all our stuff, 613 Faye Productions, as well as OG Snaps. All right. Make sure you tap in with OG Ron and the GHS website.
GHS Sports Snaps on Instagram. We got lacrosse, baseball, softball, volleyball, volleyball. We got all kinds of stuff going on now. So
thank you, OG. Hey, like, share, subscribe to all his content. 613 Faye Productions.
Thank you.
On all the social media platforms. Hey, man, we out here, man. We'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace and love, y'all.